Well, hey guys. Hey, I'm just playing around here today, and I wanted to see if this thing works. Uh, and I had an event yesterday. What do I need to do? Chats. So if I could see comments here. Okay, good. Hey, if you want to comment. If you don't, no big deal too. So I went to an event yesterday, and found out that there's a bunch of people that during this whole uh, virus situation that went on. Some people, and these are people in speakers, national speakers that would do conventions. Obviously, you think things would get all screwed up. Most people did horribly during the whole 2 year hiatus that you weren't allowed to go places, and other people did really great. And I mean, really great. It's that whole uh, Henry Ford thing when he said, "What are you going to do with the coming recession?" And he says, I choose not to participate." And that's what these people did. And basically, they talked to more people. So while everybody was kind of waiting for things to happen, just like always, they were going out. And you salespeople out there who are worried about the coming recession, I'm telling you how to beat it. And you people that are worried about what's going on economically, I'm going to tell you right now how to beat it. And it's with this little presentation that I'm hoping that this works. If I do this right now, it's basically you need to talk to more people. And the best way to talk to more people is by picking up the phone and banging around. And so I'm going to give you these 10 commandments, which are awesome. Lance, hey, I want to see if this works, Lance. Oh, look at this. Hey, Deej, you're a stud. Thank you. You know what? You can't argue with truth. Well, thanks, Lance. Lance, we're going to stick around and do these 10 commandments, but you don't have to stay the whole way. If you got something to add, please do. That's a cool picture. People put on their LinkedIn, on their profile, they put kind of like normal pictures. And there's a few times in your life where you have an opportunity to really, create a new persona, you act like the person you'd like to become. And people tend to just not take advantage of situations. You, however, Lance, obviously do. How do I take you out of here? There you go. Okay, taking out. All right. So listen, we're gonna rock and roll. The reason why I'm doing this is I've seen people earn millions of dollars. When recessions happen, it's like an awesome time for salespeople because everybody times shrinks in and starts to protect, but a few people go after it with reckless abandon. So this is your chance to make it big. Let's make it happen. All right, so I'm going to see if I can do this. Oh, look at this. Is this not the coolest thing? StreamYard rocks. All right. All right. So listen, cold calling, don't be afraid of cold calling. It's really just meeting new people. So if you suck, and the world has changed in sales right now, where you only need to be good at two things because automation does everything else. So you only need to be good at the two things. The two things you need to be good at is creating relationships immediately, creating immediate rapport on the front end. And then on the back end, you need to be great at closing, just asking for the order and all that stuff. But the middle part is just it's automation now. And when you go to buy something, you don't just call a salesperson to tell you about it. You basically do your own research. So all that automation stuff on the inside, you don't got to worry about that. That's another video. But this is the first initial part. The two things you need to know. The first thing is to make that immediate rapport. That's what the cold call is. And the cold call is many different. I guess I can do it here. Click. I'm not going to worry about that. This didn't work out well. Anyway, cold calling isn't just the phone. Cold calling is meeting a stranger in person, emailing, text, either individually or in groups, ad billboards. Really, if you think about it, a billboard is a cold call. It's just like here, you're driving down the highway and it says Subway sandwich. You want a tuna fish sandwich, but it's 8 in the morning. And you're like, I don't want a tuna fish sandwich at 8 in the morning. So you drive right by it. The people in the Subway place, they're not like, oh my gosh, we just lost another one. Dang, what are we going to do now? They couldn't care less. They don't care. So in a cold call, you don't care about the people that say no or hang up on you. All you worry about is the people that are interested for that tuna fish sandwich at 8:30 in the morning who decide to come in. And so don't worry if someone says no to you or is not interested, don't try to convince them on a cold. A cold call is no place for selling. A cold call is just a place for you to find out if they have an interest, if they're hungry for the sandwich. Very, very important because people hate to be sold, but they love to buy. And if you meet somebody at a party and start selling, you're going to be alone very quickly. That's where you meet people to cold call, just living. I was telling that to my son today. My man, you need to expand your circle of influence. Get out there in life. This is cold calling. This is a lemonade stand. Any kid that doesn't have a lemonade stand, if you're a parent and you didn't set up a lemonade stand for your kid, that's child abuse. Every kid knows the worst thing in the world that can happen to a human being. Let me tell you the worst thing in the world is to grow older without ever being on the other side of the candy counter. The problem with society is if you're a consumer, if you're on the purchasing side of every interaction your whole life, you really don't know how the world works. You got to get on the other side of the candy counter, and you can do that very quickly with the lemonade stand. And the idea is you learn how to serve. Very important. That's what cold calling is. I bet I don't even know whoever's going to watch this thing in the future. I don't know. I know for a fact you've stopped and bought lemonade from two girls on the side of the road and you weren't even thirsty. It's not like you woke up in the morning and you said, God, I need some lemonade today. Country time. Powder. All right. Obviously, running for office, my phone's ringing, is who's calling? That's my son. Hold on, let me just do this. All right, so here, let's just do this. We're going to rock and roll real quickly. I'll break this up into little pieces for later. That's the whole idea. When you guys are out there doing your marketing, doesn't matter if anybody's watching this thing as you're doing it live. Who cares? Who cares with that? You break it up into little pieces and they become little marketing tools for you, which is exactly what this will eventually become. All right, 10 Commandments. We're going to go here, click this around. All right, number 1, thou shalt schedule time every day to engage with my other people. You must do it every day. The whole idea is consistent. Bonnie David, what in tarnation are you doing on a Sunday on LinkedIn watching this little thing over here? You're out your mind. Patrick Tenney. Just when you think life can't get any better, here comes Patrick Tenney. Yes, you must schedule time every day to meet new people and talk to new people. And even if it doesn't matter. Even if you get no business from it, you've already gained from it because you're getting more and more confidence. Has to be done every day. It's all about consistency. Number 2, thou shalt have a wonderful attitude, enthusiastic, and kindness while engaging with everybody else. Listen, here's the thing. Happy people make the world better. Unhappy people make it worse. It's like, it's never even Steven. It's never like, it just nothing good happens. Listen, in this world, you're either growing or you're shrinking. You're either climbing or you're sliding. There's no in between. And so when you're listen, if you're by yourself, go ahead, contemplate suicide. I don't care. Do whatever. But if you're in front of another human being, it's your moral responsibility. It's your job as a human to improve somebody else's mental state. That's why you have to do it. That's your job. That's what you do. And here's the thing. Nobody does it. And so they're craving it. So you think that you're annoying people by calling somebody on the phone or saying hi to them or stopping them from what they're doing in their, deep thought as they're walking down the street about who they could be angry at. And you think they're going to be, cast that kind of venom towards you. However, it's the exact opposite. They're a sponge. If you just give out enthusiasm and happiness and friendliness, they absorb it to the point where it satiates them so much that they'll wind up giving it back to somebody else. Boy, I'm telling you, I am a sales evangelist. Oh, Patrick Tinney. You got that whole thing. Let me go back to here. Oh, we got to go to number 3. I'm playing around with this. See how fast we can move through these 10? There's only 10 commandments. Well, how do I do that? Click. Oh, there's a little button here. Okay. Thou shalt be prepared with the list of target. Listen, if you don't have a list, you're not in business. It's that simple. I mean, if you don't have a list, you're really not giving yourself a chance. And it used to be, back in the old days, in Patrick Tinney's days, our list was basically a shoebox with 3x5 or 4x6 cards, a Rolodex thing, and you had to pay for them, and you had to do, and you like protected them and all this stuff. But now, I mean, there's Google. I mean, it's good. Let's say you're doing business with, printers in Saskatchewan. You just literally put printers in Saskatchewan, and there's a list. You got it. And that becomes your database, and then you can go after it. In any field that you're in, there's a list of thousands of people. Most won't be good. But if you think about it, hold on. This requires you looking at my face. How many customers can you really handle? I mean, for most businesses, if you had, 20 clients, you're at your capacity. You're done. Either you're going to go to the next step and build a big business, or you're just going to be very satisfied with what you're doing there. 20. There's probably, 4,000 perfect clients for you. And you need 20. So, I mean, start with the list, just start with a big list. And the good thing about having a big list is it takes the pressure off. I mean, if you're dying of thirst, and there's like each drop of water that comes out of the faucet, you're like, oh, you're dying for. You just need that each drop of water, But if you had like, a fire hydrant just open, just exploding out there, and some, water falls on the ground, who cares? It'll evaporate. It'll go. So the bigger your list, the easier it is for your mental state. That was pretty good. All right. What did Abe Lincoln say? If we had 4 hours to cut down a tree, it'd spend 3.5 hours sharpening axe. I don't think that's true, but it's a funny story. Anyway, okay. Number 4, thou shalt work without interruption, because you have to do time blocking in the night. I wish I had it with me. Actually, stick around for a second. Hold on. Now that's quality entertainment right there. So I actually have, let's do this big time. This thing has earned me more money than anything else. A little timer. I set it for 50 minutes, and I do straight 50 minutes of calling. Don't think my phone, everyone knows, I used to say my phone's in the other room, but people have just cell phones now, which you kind of use to call. But all interruptions are done. When it rings, then 10 to the hour, and then for 10 minutes, you have relaxation time or push-ups. Do push-ups for a couple. It's just like you'll get your exercise in through the day and time blocking. This whole thing, if you do this, you time block yourself, you will triple your productivity. It's like 1 and 1 doesn't make 2. 1 and 1 makes 46. All right, so we're going here. Obviously I'm good at math. All right, here we go. What's next? Bonnie David. You can get the list of what is that? What's cold lytics? Cold lytics. Well, do you work for Cold Lytics? Maybe. Okay. Yeah, you can get it from a million places. And here's the thing with lists, your lists, it's the same list that you're getting is the same list that the biggest companies in the world get. It's like analytics is so good now that nobody has an advantage over anybody. The only advantage is those who follow the 10 commandments. The person who doesn't read is no better off than the person who never learned how to read. So, if you don't use this stuff, you're up the creek anyhow. Number 5. By the way, number 5 in the real Bible is thou shalt honor their mother and father, which is, I believe, the greatest commandment, because it doesn't say you have to love your mother and father, because there are times growing up that you don't love them, and you would go through, but think of the wisdom of that. Even if you don't love them, that's okay. You must honor them. And that gets you through the rough patches. I mean, you almost have to be godlike to come up with a commandment like that. Okay, so thou shalt always deliver a compelling offer. The worst thing that could happen. This is my new best friend, by the way, William John Van Sickle the third. He's friends with Thurston Howell the third. William, he's there are people, remember we said earlier, there are people that do good stuff, that learn, that are good learners. You'll take a lot of notes and all that stuff. And then there are those who maybe don't learn as much, but they put into practice that which that they learn. And William John Van Sickle III is one of those. That guy, take a look at his face there. That guy is a multimillionaire waiting to happen. All right. Hey, what did I do? Go back. I didn't even finish this. I was trying to take you out of there. Okay, thou shalt always deliver a compelling offer. Yeah, if you don't put the offer in your call, nobody knows what to do. But here's the trick: the offer needs to be something that they can readily answer, that isn't problematic. So you don't normally just jump in with the offer. So do you want to buy this? Because you're not there, or even are you interested might even be too much. But the best thing to ask somebody with actually, no, I'm talking about compelling offer. Yes. Okay. Scratch what I just said earlier. Remember, you're interrupting their day and you're taking them away from their work. Don't waste their time with some stupid demonstration. Listen, nobody wants to meet with you. Hey, I was calling because just to see if I can introduce myself to you. Who are you? I mean, that's what TV's for. I could meet people. That's what YouTube's for, right? No, give me an offer. Hey, I was calling. We work with companies just like yours, and help you earn more, save more, get more time, be better looking, lose weight, whatever. I was calling to let you know people in your industry have lost 30 pounds in 30 days. Wanted to see if I can give you a free sample. Who would be the person I need to speak with? No, but if you're not looking to lose weight, or you're not interested. But here's like a compelling, hey, I'm calling. We work with executives just like you, who are over 44 years old, that wake up 3 times during the night to pee. Some sort of, it's got to be compelling. It's got to be something memorable. Don't call to say you want to set up a meeting for the sake of a meeting. You got to be doing something for me. Thou shalt be brief. Enough said. All right. Number 7, thou shalt close. A close is simply a question. And you got to ask a yes or no question. This isn't a place. The cold call is no place for open-ended questions. That's for selling. That's when you're in the sale. The cold calling technology is completely different than the selling technology. You're not looking for the same thing. You just want to find if you got some interest. Remember, a qualified customer or a qualified prospect is simply one that has a need and desire, and someone who has decision-making ability, and someone who has money. So you got to get that. I mean, that's a simple qualification. So you just go in there. But the first thing is a need or a want. If they got all the money in the world and they can make decisions left and right, but they don't want it, what are you putzing around for? And if you're, if they do want it and they can make a decision, but they got no money, again, that's one of the rules. I learned this from Dan Kennedy. Lance Vanberg, the only advantage is the one that follows the that's right. You got to love Lance. Gosh, what was I saying before that's it. See, here's the thing. Anytime you give me a compliment, I need it so badly. So he's saying the only advantage is the one that follows these 10 advantages that I'm giving you. So I feel good now. Now I completely forgot what I was saying before. That's how pathetic I am. Thou shalt close. So you always ask for the order. Who I like that question. Who would be the person I need to speak with? Is this something you'd be interested in? Um, uh, why? Just ask for the order. And if you want to get the appointment at the end, they are interested in all that stuff. Okay, well, let's do this. I want to see if I this. Why don't I give me your email address? And I'll get you out all the information on that. And so after giving you the email address, that's when you start qualifying in there. But you're always asking for it. When they say, well, why are you calling me? Baby, you better have an answer. And anytime somebody asks you a question, you've earned the right to close. So why are you calling me? I'm calling because blah, 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 blah. Does that make sense? So that's the close. Does that make sense? So anytime you ask me a question, I'm going to answer it and then confirm. I'm going to check in that my answer is satisfactory so we can move on. How much does it cost? It's $10,000. Is that more or less than you hoped it would be? I'm going to close. I'm going to ask that closing question. I'm going to answer it and then ask another question. Follow the 10 commandments. Oh, got to get out of here. Cool. Thou shalt close. What is this? Number 8. Thou shalt be honest. And I mean stupidly honest. I mean, are you a cold call? Is this a cold call? Absolutely. I mean, this is as cold as it gets. This is freezing. I mean, it's frigid in here. My lips are burning off. It is as cold as it gets. I need you to be totally honest with this thing and with the smile, the whole thing. I know. In fact, when I cold call in person, I walk in and I do this, every time. There's certain things that you do every time. Sometimes you try to mix it up, but this I do every time. I walk in, I say, hey, I'm one of those salesman type characters. Don't I look it? And they say yes. And as soon as they say yes and they smile, I got them. Last Friday, I did that. I was at a hotel. There was a receptionist there, and I did that whole thing. And she actually thanked me as I was leaving. Hey, thanks so much for not being, those serious guys that come in here all the time. I mean, she thanked me. I made her day better. Total in-your-face honesty. Do you want me to buy this? Yes. Why are you calling? I mean, total, upfront. But you could laugh about it. I know. I can't believe I've been reduced to this whole salesman thing. It's just that I seem to help so many people if they get this product. And so I got to do whatever it takes to get in front of their face. Who would be the person I need to talk to about this? Just like that. Just let it rock and roll. Oh, look, I could do different views here. This is cool. All right. Hey, number 9. Thou shalt call with the right goal in mind. Azoy, as my dad used to say, du liegt der Hint bagruben, which means something in Yiddish, have no idea. All right. The goal of the call is to find out if they have an interest or to make an appointment, not the sale. Oh, I screwed up. Not the sale. The fact is, the sale, getting that appointment, that is the sale. Getting someone to show an interest or give you their email address, that is the sale. When you walk into a place and they say, no, John Schmeltz is not here, to say, great, can I grab his card and I can contact him later? That is the sale. Getting that information that you can follow up with. That's tacit approval that you can follow up. Listen, cold calling is the worst place to sell. It's the best place to learn how to sell because you have to, overcome your fears. And it's also the best way to fill your funnel. And by filling your funnel with people that you already have even a minuscule relationship is better than, when you get a lead from your company that just comes in, it's a lead, but you still have to win them over. You're not there. There's no reason why they called you. They probably called 3 other people. So when you get that, it's a lead, but a lead that you get because you approach them and then you gather their information and then you follow it up. That's like, it's not even 10 times better. It's 100 times better. You're already there. You're able to say things like, hey, I stopped by the other day or I spoke with Cynthia the other day. at your place and she told me that you'd be the person to talk. That is like totally different. It's like when you get a referral, or a referral from somebody and say, hey, I was talking to Kurt and he said that I should talk to you regarding this. As soon as you mention their name, everybody's whole demeanor changes. You're like creating your own referrals by cold calling. Ooh, I got to write that down. That was actually good. You're creating your own, but you're fine. But you're not selling here. Don't kid yourself. What you're doing is setting up. You're setting yourself up to start selling. Got it? All right. That's what is that? 10. That's number 9. We're already up to number 10. Montekia. This one's going to be good. Thou shalt keep track. Oh my gosh. This one kills me. And it's problematic because people are using all their CRMs and all that stuff now. I think it's really good just to get a piece of paper with little tick marks. And the reason is you want to, a lot of times, you're talking to someone for a while, you're back and forth, you're in your head. How am I going to deal with this person? What should I say to this person? And you're back and forth doing all that stuff. And you think you're working a lot. And then you at the end of the day, well, how many people did you talk to? Oh, 6. How many dollars did you make? 9. It's nothing. So there are times where you don't think you're working. You think you're working really hard and you're really not. And then there are times that you have like no results and you have like nothing to hang your hat on. Like, what the heck did I do today? And you have your list of the little check marks and you say, well, you know what I did? I made 50 dials. I talked to 16 people and I got a couple of, follow throughs, not much, but you know for a fact that the next day you've already kind of worked through those and you're going to get the other ones the next day. It's just, day by day, it's tough to kind of manage. But at the end of the week, when you say, oh, I had 250 or 300 dials and I spoke to 100 people and I got X amount of leads, it's like, it's a good week. And so you got to keep track. If you're so screwed up in your head. Me too, but you especially. But yeah, you're fighting. You want to find the devil in these 10 commandments. Have some empty space. Have nothing to hang your hat on. Have no paperwork to say, well, I did this. You'll start thinking the worst things about yourself. And then you got to fight through that again. And so instead of doing that, that's one of the reasons for no interruptions. You get interrupted, it takes another 20 minutes to get back in the zone. Now I get in the Deej zone, intentionally, and we could talk about that another time. Anyhow, keep track. Not only on your CRM. Don't say, oh yeah, they do it for me over there. No, this isn't for them. This isn't for the company. This is for you. This is for number one. This is something you got to do. You keep track for yourself. It becomes a habit and you'll do it for your whole life. It's awesome. Oh, there's a bonus. I did this a while back. I don't remember this bonus. What is it? Thou shalt never say, how are you doing today? Oh, I can't believe I shouldn't have said this with the bonus. I got to give you another bonus because there's another thing after this. But if you know me, you know the 7 magic words. And the thing is, and when you call somebody, and I think actually William Van Sickle III, I talked to you about this the other day. He called, and so you were the impetus for this thing. And so what happens is when you call somebody on the phone for whatever reason, or you go meet them in person for whatever reason, say, hi, how you doing today? They know the dance. The dance is you say, hi, how you doing today? And they say, fine. But in their head, they're saying, what do you want? They know there's a sales situation. It's just like when you go into a clothing store and a salesperson comes up to you and says, are you looking for anything special today? And you say, no, I'm just looking. Oh, can I help you? No, I'm just looking. Because that's the dance. We all know that dance. So you got to break that dance. By the way, if you're at a clothing store and you walk up, instead of saying, hi, how you doing today? Instead of saying that, if someone's live with you, say, hey, have you been here before? I don't know why, but if you say, have you been here before? Your sales go up 22%. I don't know why. I don't care why. All right. So, but when you're meeting somebody in person, and or you're calling them on the phone and you say, hi, how are you doing today? You're already violating one of the 10 commandments, which is complete and total honesty, because the fact is you don't care how they're doing today, and they know that you don't care how they're doing today, and you know that they know that you don't care about what they're doing today. You're asking it anyway, so you're like immediately lying. They're immediately pulling up a wall between you, a brick wall, and you've got to fight your way through that because they know that a sale is coming. They're putting up their dukes and they're ready to fight. They're sparring. Now you can avoid that completely by doing the opposite approach. You walk into that store and the person says to you, hi, how may I help you? And so that's their job. It's their job to help you. You call somebody on the phone and the receptionist answers, say, hi, this is Margie, how may I help you? It's their job to say, how may I help you? So you meet them right where they are. And instead of saying, how you doing today? Back up. You say, I can't believe I didn't write it down. You in that case, you get to look at my face. You say the 7 magic words. Hey, I wonder if you could help me. They're right where they are. So instead of you saying, how you doing today? And they back up and put up their dukes, you say, hey, I wonder if you could help me. And they lean and they say, sure. How may I help? How may I help you? It's like the greatest thing. It's like such a secret weapon, and it's so easy to use. It works on everything. And so I use it even if I go in on person. Hey, I wonder if you can help me. I'm one of those salesman type characters. Don't I look it? Or, hey, I'm one of those salesman type characters. Don't I look it? Yes, I do. Hey, listen, I wonder if you can help me. Who would be the person I need to speak with in regards to blah? It is just so smooth and so good. It works on everything. If anybody's here with any questions, I know there's nothing, but see, this is what happens when you're William John Van Sickle III. That little, those 3 squares probably mean something, but you have no idea how lacking in coolness that I am, that I have no idea. So that's it for today. This is live now. I'm going to take it down live. I'm going to put it on my Patreon channel, and only you special Patreons can go back for it afterwards. But these 10 commandments will change the way you deal with any kind of economic situation that arises. The rule is this: when things get tough, you need to talk to more people. The easiest ways to talk to more people is walk into their place, pick up the phone, send emails, send texts, and make it part of your everyday life. You do that, and your sales career is sound. You're the best. I'm the Deej. Let's go hit it hard today. Talk to you soon.